Hey there guys, Living the 7 here and welcome to my new series. This is I'm gonna call Photoshop Walkthrough. Now, this is kind of like a tutorial but not exactly a tutorial. I'm not gonna be showing you how I did it, I'm just gonna tell you stuff. And by the way, this is my original idea to make a walkthrough and stuff like that. I got this idea from this is a guy I used to watch, I think he was called Miles from Miles of Colors. He used to have a YouTube channel and Instagram, which I don't know what I'm gonna do that dude because I can't find him anymore. So I hope he's okay, dude. I hope you're if you're going to say anything, I hope you're alright. So what he would do is he's a photographer and kind of editor as well, photo editor. So he takes photos and then does some edits and then he just goes through stuff that he did already. And it's not always that crazy. He just sometimes just adds light and does image thing, and usually it's kind of the same. But looking at his videos actually kind of helped me, and I hope this helps you as well. So for the first episode, we have a concept art that I did. It's called "Off with Your Head," you know. So here is the picture here, and we have the model who's called Disharmonica, also known as Helly Valentine, Helly born Valentine. So yeah, she's a cosplayer and I'm kind of a fan of her. Without further ado, let's just go into it. So let's just start off where I got the idea. So idea is I was looking at her and she's cosplaying Alice from Madness Returns, and I was first of all I had to build my idea, what do I want the concept art to be, and it was the idea is Alice in Wonderland or Alice Madness Return. So what could be the theme, right? So I thought about one of the main themes, the main catchy thing about Alice in Wonderland is the queen shouting, "Off with your head, off with your head, off with your head," you know. So I just thought, what if we off her head, you know? I know it's not that much brand idea, but so I just did this. So let's just start. Okay, first of all, I had this. It's a shared photo cut from DeviantArt. Most of these assets are from DeviantArt. So cool place. You can find lots of free assets there. And I got these pillars. I got this is something I just googled. And this also gave me idea about how to build my stage. As you can see, it's all in the same theme, red and pillars. And this is the blurred PNG that I put on. Okay, so let's start with the background, right? First of all, I needed a wall, so I just had pattern. Just put it there. And then I just colored it. And then this is just a plane for where the ground's gonna be. Then I just flipped this checkerboard board there. Then I just messed the color and I got this red carpet from Google, and I just transformed it like this, which you can't probably see because I have the stuff there. And then I have to mess the color again. I use levels, and then come here. Now with the chair in the background, I used colors again. Use saturation, exposure, gradient, curves, all the others, all the stuffs that you'll need to match colors. And then I had to the pillars in, right? So I got different pillars, which, by the way, can you guys see that? I don't know why it's so dark. I probably have something above there that makes it less dark. So please just deal with it. So all of these pillars, I just copied the same pillar and I just visualize where they will be in perspective wise, right? So I just put them there, and then I just had gradient for the colors, and then hue saturation to decrease the saturation a bit because it was too much red, and then I had to darken them, and then I had to drag them a little bit more on the right side, and then I had to draw in some lights because there's gonna be a light in here. And yeah, and oh yeah, I also like choose some shadows for this side and this side as well. And then I did the left side pillar, all the same thing. What I just did, I just copied the one side of the pillar, like everything, the group, and then I just press Control T. Okay, wait, press Control T, and then I just lift it horizontal, right? So you can just do one side and just copy it the other side. And then I just added more curves, and then this is for more lighting effect. You can see the curves here. I just boosted the midtones, and then I just took my brush here and then just painted it. And by the way, you don't need any stylus or anything. I painted this with my, what do they call it? I painted this with my mouse, so you don't have to worry about it. So actually this one I didn't have to paint because I use this blended technique, which is like you take away the dark side underlying from the underlying layer, and you just be on the lighter side. So the lights thing, I think I had like the highlights already like painted in all of these groups. That's why like it was easier to like put the highlights here easily with another curve. Then I had to like since there's gonna be a chandelier on the top, light's gonna fall, so I just made it a little light and hazy thingy. And I also like darken the foreground because stuff is gonna be there and it's not gonna look natural and good if it's like bright from there. And then I just put it a light, so it's just a brown thin brown color, and I just put the blending mode in linear light, and you can already see that this lights up the place a lot. Like I like lighting. And then this is for the shadow, which I'm gonna come back later. And this is the chandelier. I just made it a bit dark. I changed the hue. I added levels to make it more dark. I added exposure to make it bright. Now it's gonna say, "Oh, why did you make it dark and bright?" Just trust me, dude. I had to like match the color and then also make it like bright later. So I did that, and then what I did here is that you see this, right? I just copied this, pasted it on top, and then I just put it on linear touch add mode, and then I just use like Gaussian blur to make it like the light is like coming out, And after that, I just like finished. I just put all the backgrounds in a group, and then I just turned it off. I just like made a merged copy. Also, I like put the shadow in the background. Just it's okay. I mean, it's not doing anything, but I should have just put it near the subject for more organization. And then I just made another light source with the same color. I went to with screen, and then now our subject here. Okay, here's the subject. This was the original photo. We just cut her out, and then by the way, if you're wondering how I made this, I just copied her, like this, and then did I use like there are like two techniques I use. Sometimes I just use exposure. Sometimes there are multiple ways you can. Okay, sometimes I use exposure. Sometimes I use like black, filled in with black. But I'm gonna show you how to do one. Let's just go with exposure, right? So with her selected, I just made a mask, and then I turn on the exposure and I move the mask here. You can see that like black, right? So what I do is I just transform the mask, make it vertical, and then I just put it here. While holding shift, I just put it down there. So that makes it like, that makes a shadow there. Then I can use the feather while the mask is selected. I can just use the feather to like feather the edges of the shadow. to make it more like real shadow like, because the light is like a bit hot, so it shouldn't be hard. If the light was like close, then it should be like really hard shadow, but that's not the case here. So I'm just gonna delete that. Now after that, what did I do here? Oh yeah, I just kind of like fixed some of her hair, which you can't probably figure out. And then I used the curves to like pick the color. You know, I wanted to match the color here, so I went to each channels and then like steer the colors. If you want to learn about colors with curves, then I'm probably not gonna go on about that here. And then I added vibrance, but I didn't increase the vibrance. I decreased it because I felt like the light was like too much. And then now the fun part, I started adding blood. I added blood and then it multiply, and then I just do my brush here and then just paint it where I felt it, where I thought that it's gonna be okay. And also I like came here most of all of the blood, and then I just played with the blend depth. Sometimes I will take the dark layer outside and see if it looks good. Sometimes I'll just take it away from the whites to see if it's good, if it's looking good or not. Just play with it, okay? And I did this thing for every blood. And by the way, I used the same blood as it, okay? I just copied them and put them here and there, and here and there, here and there, I just play with it. And then I just added a levels mask to make her dark, because there's no light that coming from the foreground. Light is on the back, so she's gonna kind of be it's gonna be kind of dark here. Then I added levels to like match the contrast with the background, because she was like too much dark, it doesn't match with the background here. And then I just added a curve to make a little bit darker, because while I want her to fully match with the background, and I also want the focus to be on her, so I just made her more contrasty. And then I just do some shadows here and there with levels. And after that, I started painting in lights. So I just used screen and just picked a color from like here and there, and then with my brush, my mouse, I just like painted wherever I thought that the light's gonna fall on. The first one was like screen, and then the second one is like color dodge. This is for the like more like the hard lights that you see on her. And then I did another hard light, another color dodge with the same thing. Now you might be wondering, why did I do the same thing? Because I want more control. These are on like on a different places, so I didn't want to mess up my old work with this. So what I did is I noticed that her face was like too dark. It's like not looking good for a photo, so I just painted on her face to make it more brighter. So it is one of those painting mode that mixes the photo and makes it more brighter. Like all these things you see, they all make like photos more bright. And then I added a linear light also with the same color, and it makes it look like the light is like sweeping in from her. If you like take a photo and it's gonna be like this, I hope. Okay, now for the head. I think should I go for the head first? Okay, I first cut off this from the from the photo from the Google, and then she had like eyes, so I just took her eyes away because she's dead. Her eyes gonna be white. How I did it, I just pick the color from here, and then I just paint it over her eyes bit, and that's it. That's how you get the dead eyes. And then I just use some blood overlays. I use multiply, and then the same blended. Did I use blended? I think I turned it down a little bit. I don't think that did anything. So I also had this like another blood texture, which is kind of like a runny blood. So I just put it there because that's where like her head got cut off, so that's gonna be more liquidy stuff. So as you can see here, I also use like the blood was like different colors, so I used hue to like make it darker and a bit change some of the hues. And then I added a level here to like draw her, to draw the shadows, because you know the lights falling on her here, but it's gonna be dark here, you know, like how her is dark here. And then I just started, you know, again painting the light, the same technique that I used on Disharmonica. So I just painted in with the same technique. Okay, you can see light, screen, and well, maybe this time I didn't use color dots, but you know we can get the same effect. Kind of like you can do same thing with a lot of different ways. Also, I painted a little bit of like shadows because it's gonna, our head's gonna block some of the. Oh wait, no, this wasn't shadow. This was for the blood. Now let's go back here and show you. So since her head is like silvered, there's gonna obviously blood's gonna flow down, right? So I just put some blood there, flowy blood, and oh, this is the head shadow because the light's coming from here. Shadow's gonna be like spread out like this, and then I just added more blood. Okay, and then I just added a hue saturation, and I just increase the saturation and decrease the lightness to match it with the scene. And then I added another blood, and with the same thing, this time I just decreased the lightness. So, and this is just for, you know, some of the blood was like still not looking unnaturally light, so I just like painted a little bit blood color, like dark blood color, and I just used multi-blood, you know. And this is, you guys probably won't be able to see this, but this is like really light. Can I? Okay, yeah. If I increase it, you can see that it's like a really soft light, which I just thought that having it like 25% is okay, because I didn't want to overpower it. And now's the magic part, camera raw. Like after I'm done, what I do is always make a stamp visible there. How you do that is like you're on the top, just Control Alt Shift and E, and it's just gonna make a copy of everything and merge it, so like this. And then what you can do is like I turn it into a smart object from here, and then I work on camera raw, like here. Camera raw is magic, like dude. Like look how different this looks. So one of the reasons why you wanna work on a smart filter on the last page, like you can work on smart filters with everything, but that's gonna like increase your PC's like the save file size a lot, like really a lot. So I used to do that, but I just kind of like realized like while I do like working non-destructively, do I really need this much storage to be eaten up? No. So I just kind of like went back on my old saves files and just decided that hey, this one doesn't actually need to be smart, so I'm just gonna rasterize it. So what I did here is like, let me just go and show what I did. It's loading. Okay, so I kind of like decreased the tint a bit to green, and then I increased a bit of warmth. And then I didn't work here that much. Did I work on curves? No. I worked on color grading again. So for the midtone I just added a little bit of magenta. For the shadows I added a bit of purple, and for the highlights I added a little light green color. sorry I just ate, so. And then I came here, and then I just used a bunch of radial gradient, and you might be wondering why did I do this. Well, what I did is I like to give like a little bit of camera effect, like cameras have like blurry backgrounds and stuff like that, so making blurry like edges makes it like more realistic, which actually I didn't use it for here. Okay, sorry for lying. I just said the exact opposite of here. Like the thing I just said, I do use it for blurring, which I'm gonna tell you about later. But for here, I just wanted to like make the photo pop, so I just increased the sharpness, I increased the texture, and increased the clarity, and I just added a bunch of points to where I felt like that hey, this one needs to be like sharp and this one needs to be sharp because I want my focus to be like all in here. And what I was talking about first was that here's a trick you can use to make photos look like have like a blurry artistic DSLR like effect. It's like you just decrease the sharpness and then look, it just makes a blur, so you can like make a like artistic camera like look, you know, like you can just have it like this and control the feather to make it like more, yeah. And if you want like, hey, I also want a blur here, so you just need to make another one here, then it will be like this. No, it does the same thing if you use the fill blur effect, but I like to use this more because I have more control over this, because I can like make it stretch it to be like tall or like wide or whatever, which fill blur doesn't let me do that. So I'm gonna cut it. And then did I work on calibration? No. You can play around with calibration, calibration to like get like deep, really cool effects if you want, you know, like this, you know, it's up to you. So the reason why I always do this, like I always have the last one being a smart filter, is that sometimes I'll do stuff and I'll realize after the final product came out that I actually don't like one part of the photo that I have, so I have to like go back. And if I didn't have the smart filter, okay, because first of all I had this like hairline sir, which was like looking really bad, which I didn't realize first. I thought that it's gonna be okay, but then when I first finished my photo, I was like, nah, I can't have that hair there. So I just went back and redid stuff, but redoing the previous list is not going to change whatever I did here, right? So after doing this, let's just say I just want like more brightness, right? So I'm just gonna do this, and I'm just gonna make it more red here or something. See? So now, how do I, now if I merge this, okay, this is a new layer and this is another layer. Now how can I I can't just go back to camera raw and have the same effect that I had before. I really worked on the last effect, so I really want the same effect to be falling here, even though I changed a bit. So what I do is like, now you can just turn the new one to a smart filter while holding Alt, click and drag on the smart filter and put it down there. And what it will do is it'll have the same settings that I had in my previous photo, and it's gonna apply it here. So remember to hold Alt, because if you don't hold Alt, it's just gonna move the smart filter from here to there. And then I just like to turn my previous layer on and off, the visibility of the previous layer on and off, to see like which one I like better. Is the new one better? Then I'm gonna keep the new one. Is the old one better? Well, probably the old one isn't better, because that's why I did the new one. So if I see something wrong, then I just go back and then do it again, you know. So then that's it. And, and the final thing I do is like add noise. And how I add noise is this is just a gray background, and you just fill an empty layer with gray background, and then you just come down here and you just add noise, you know. Add how much you like. Actually, let me just show you. This already has a black noise in it, so this is how it's gonna look normal. Actually, this is not how it's gonna look normal, because I have like color settings. So when you put overlay, anything that's 50% gray is gonna be hidden. So since I already filled it with like 50% gray, it's basically transparent. And what's gonna make it less transparent is like adding, you know, noise. So if I just add noise like this, you can like totally, now you can see that the noise is here, right? I was thinking like maybe it's not gonna pick up on our recording. So you just add a little bit of noise, like how much you want, and then come back, and then I come here and then take the noise out. I just break this part with like Alt, and then take the noise away from the highlight. because oh, sorry, I just had a call. So what was I saying? So you just take away from the highlights. So because in real life, when you take photos, the noise only exists in the darker shadow parts, not the highlights. But it's not always the case that I take it away from the highlights, because sometimes I feel like having noise on like on the whole photo like makes it more artistic. So it's your personal preference if you want to do that. So yeah, so that's it, and that's it for today. So I hope you liked it, and I hope you like learned a bit, which I don't know if I'm doing a good work or not. I hope you did, and let me know which one of these three walkthrough you wanna be next. So good day. Goodbye.